Hey everyone, it's Dementios Pawn and welcome back to some more Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. In the last episode we pursued a Team Aqua Grunt and we fought May for the second time. No, I decided to talk to her again and I did a little bit of off-screen training though no one got any new levels and Rocket got an item. Got a potion, not that useful at this point, but hey, it's better than nothing. Alright, no, there's been a cut tree here for quite a while. From my memory, I believe that this is actually an item worth getting. I was thinking about the remakes where it's a revive. Here it's just an X accuracy. Or if you're like me and you want to use the X items, then that could be very useful. Right here in Pelberg Woods, there are some cut trees. And there are a few new items we can... I pressed the wrong button. There are some items we can get, which makes it worth... Make sure you talk to this girl if you're raising a grass-type Pokemon, because she will give you a Miracle Seed. Which will boost the power of your grass-type moves. Here's a Great Ball, so if you're having trouble catching Pokemon, even though we got 2 for free, there's another free one right there. And here is an X attack. Most people seem to neglect X items from what I've seen, but if you're like me and want to use some X items, there you go. Now let's head to Mr. Briny's cottage. Hold on, lass. Wait up, Pico. You're Brendan. You saved my darling Pico. We owe so much to you. What's that you want to say with me? I have a letter bound for Dewford, and a package for Slayport. Quite the busy life you must lead. But certainly, what you're asking is no problem at all. Come to the right man. We'll set sail for Dewford. Yes! Dewford it is then. Anchors away, Pico. We're setting sail, my darling. And we can somehow ride in this boat despite the fact that we're obviously taller than it. Well, bigger than it, not even taller than it. Don't you hate it when someone calls you and then time just stops? The wall! Is that a JoJo reference? Yes, it is. Beep. Oh, Brendan. Where are you now? No, I just used my time-stopping powers for a JoJo reference, but besides, sound pretty good. It sounds windy wherever. How does it sound windy? I stopped time, Dad. I just heard from Devon's Mr. Stone about your Pokénav, so I decided to give you a call. Sounds like you're doing fine, so that's fine with me. You take care now. Click. Or we can resume time now, Mr. Briny. I might make a ton of anime references, at least to some that I watch in the future, because as of late I've been watching a ton of anime. Alright, here we are, and I'm just gonna heal at the Pokemon Center and talk to the city folk. Normal Pokemon Center Stoof. I don't know why I decided to call it Stoof. And believe it or not, we're already in the town where we're gonna have our next gym battle. Even if a Pokemon faints, you can't battle. You can still use a move. Learn from a hidden machine, HM. There's a stone cavern at the edge of town. I've heard you can find rare stones there. So here we are in Dewford Town. Dewford is a tiny island community. If something gets trendy here, everyone picks up on it right away. We can actually catch a new Pokemon here by talking to this guy. This is our renowned fishing spot. Are you getting the extra fish? Yes. I hear you, and I like what you're saying. I'll give you one of me fishing rods. we get the Old Rod. And he's just telling you how to do it, but whenever someone tries to teach you how to do it, I'm not gonna read the tutorials simply because I feel it's better explained through my own words. So here's how fish meant register it. So let's see here. Not even in the book. Ha! So I recommend you register, especially if you're looking for one of the 2 Pokemon. You wait for a bit, and it'd be great if I could actually get something, because I need to bio the Pokemon. Alright, I'll cut until I get some. Well, you know, the very next attempt I get something. So basically, you just gotta put your rod in the water. That sounds incredibly bad. And then after that, you can find... Then you just gotta press A when it says, oh, you bite something big or something like that. And you can find 2 fall week at first great Pokemon. The first of which being Tentacool. I've seen many people use a Tentacool on their team. It does take a while to get good. Heck, it takes a little while to get a while to get a water type move, but that way, at least from my experience, is it just gonna do it every time I record? It's not gonna give me anything. Anyway, it's a very good special tank. Can you not do this during the bio game? Back to the bio, it's a very good special wall. That can more than... Yeah, be great if I could say words. I can put up a good fight with its special attacks. It's not as good as in later generations, because its poison type moves, it doesn't get... aren't special because poison's a physical type in this game, but it'll definitely still be decent moves to use. Next up is Magikarp. I'm pretty sure every Pokemon fan knows the tale of Magikarp. A weak fish that only knows Splash and Tackle later into its life. But once you get to level 20, it evolves into one of a very fearsome Pokemon, Gyarados, with great attack and defense. Its only real flaw having a quad weakness to electric types. And that can simply be solved by not using it against electric types. Though it can learn Earthquake, so even its main weaknesses, Rock and Electric, it can counter. The only problem is, I don't recommend you catch a Magikarp now. I will always recommend you wait later to catch either a very high level Magikarp, where just by leveling it up once you get Gyarados, as opposed to being stuck with it, a Pokemon that can't do much realistically. Those are 2 Pokemon you can find with the Old Rod right now, and let's go touch some more of the locals. There's a lot to be said for living on a small island like this in harmony with Pokemon and the family. I left the major part of Slateport City when I married my husband here. Life goes by slowly on this little island, being surrounded by the beautiful sea. That's happiness too. Gaga! I like hearing stories like that in games. I want to talk to you. You have something for me. Gorge your eyes on this. It's a silk scarf. It's right at the cutting edge of fashion. Yeah! I can see your eyes twinkling. You appreciate my dazzling style. Oh, you're a delight. Here you go. I want you to have this. And he will give us the silk scarf. This is a very good item. as it raises the power of normal type moves. Now you might be saying, but Matt, don't like normal type moves aren't very effective on a thing. Why would you want to raise its power? 1. Pretty much every Pokemon in existence knows some electric normal type moves. Meaning it's probably the best time you can give it other than a berry. Which, as much as I am farming for berries are kind of situational since their main use is healing statuses, which unless it's a boss, you're not gonna know if they're gonna have a status move or ability or not. And if you're using a normal type like me, then it'll power up its normal type moves. And I can see Rocket has another item. What's it gonna be? Another potion. I could level up Rocket and so it could get better items, but I just don't think it's worth it. Dang, we're already at 11 minutes. Wow, you better to cross the sea to visit Buford? Did you maybe come here because you heard about Brawly? He's so cool. Everyone idolizes him. Alright, let's talk to this guy. I like what's happening and trendy. I'm always checking it out. Listen, have you heard about this new Haz movie? That's right, of course you have. I mean, sheesh, Haz movie is the hottest thing. Cool. Wherever you're from, Haz movie is the biggest thing, right? No! Huh? It's not the hip and happening thing. Oh, hey, you have to tell me what's new and what's in. Oh, I think there might be a specific thing you have to enter. I don't know, though. I'll think of something. The coolest thing, the hottest thing and cool is Bath Class. Huh? Bath Class? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I knew it. Knew it all along. Of course, I know about Bath Class, right? Yeah, that's it. It's there, isn't it? Bath Class. The coolest or what? It's the hippest thing in hip. You know, I not know about it. Haz movie, it's like so 5 minutes ago. No, Bath Class. What's vital and in tune with this times? Now I want to make special mention of Dewford Hall. We cannot get anything from it now, but after you have 5 badges, come back to Dewford Island or Dewford Town. There's a very good TM. And I was thinking about just exploring Dewford Town today, but yeah, why not? Here we have a Granite Cave. Hey you, it gets awfully dark ahead. It'll be tough trying to explore. The guy who came earlier, Steven, I think it was, he knew how to use Splash, so he ought to be alright, but all for us hikers helping out those that we meet is our motto. Here you go. I'll pass this on to you, and he gives you HM05 Flash, which you can light dark places. However, you need Dewford's gym badge from Brawly to use it. Oh, you could fight Brawly first. I personally don't recommend it. I think it's easier to go Granite Cave first. But anyway, we have some new Pokemon, starting off with the infamous Zubat. It's just like Magikarp. It starts off very weak, but later becomes a valuable team member. It's got amazing speed. That's mainly what it's got going for, but in this game, we get the Sludge Bomb cam, so even though its typing isn't the best outside the tanking grass types, because oh well, poison is only effective on grass and it's already a flying type, it's still a very good Pokemon to get an early poisoning in battle. There's not much more I need to say. And the next Pokemon here is Aron, a rock and Steel type. While it does have 2 quad weaknesses to both fighting and ground, it is a very good defensive Pokemon that has good offenses. The only problem is, it takes a while to evolve. But if you can get around that, it's a great team member. Now some of you may be wondering why I haven't put Repel up. I'm looking for a new team member if it wasn't obvious enough. And while I will be catching this Pokemon, it is not the next team member. Sableye is not a very good Pokemon. Has a unique typing shared only with it and one other Pokemon later, but in the generation it was introduced, and for a while afterwards, it has the luxury of having no weakness. However, its stats aren't the greatest. So, though, one thing I will recommend for is the upcoming boss fight against the gym leader. If you are having trouble with it, I recommend catching a Sableye. I'm not sure if I will have trouble with it because my Pokemon are pretty high level for this point in the game. I'm just catching it as a safety net in case my Pokemon do fail. I don't know why I decided to go there. So, what's our next encounter? Hopefully it's a new Pokemon. It's just another Aron, so I guess I'll go over Makuhita. Now, normally this Pokemon honestly isn't that great. It's a tank fighting Pokemon, which fighting Pokemon are usually just hit hard with sometimes good speed. However, this Pokemon has actually worked for me in numerous playthroughs and I can recommend it easily. It works well for me. It can take hits and it can easily dish them out. It's just something I highly recommend if you're looking for a fighting type at this point in the game, just pick up Makuhita. I promise it won't disappoint you. Also, I would like to mention before we go into one of our last bios for today, is that if you are playing Ruby and Sapphire, then here is where you can catch Abra. So if you're not playing Emerald for some reason, even though it's the definitive version of the game, you can catch it here, and let you know. So there's only one more Pokemon, only in Ruby version, named Mawile. Just like Sableye, it's got pretty poor stats. It's better in the remakes, but these aren't the remakes. These are the originals. It's not really much to say other than it's not even great if I could talk. It doesn't even have the luxury like Sableye where it's still viable because, at least to an extent, because it has no weaknesses. It's a pure Steel type until the remakes where it got a bit better because it's a Steel and Fairy type and had a Mega. But since that's not the originals, unfortunately I can't recommend it. If these were the remakes, then I'd say go for it. But since these aren't, I can't say that. And considering that we've run into pretty much every Pokemon available here and only caught Sableye, which I said isn't the next team member, I'm pretty sure you guys have figured out who the next team member is. Escape rope. How fitting, we're in the dungeon. I really don't have much to say because I'm kind of just desperately looking for the final team member. Is this... No. I can usually find him just fine. Why can't I find it? All of a sudden, he just disappeared off the face of the earth. Please be him. Yes! Makuhita! First female member of the team. I forgot Nightwing was a female. I'm sorry, girl. I think I'll switch to Sableye in order to catch you, because I really can't hit Sableye, and Sableye shouldn't do that much damage to it. As my Pokemon compared to this are kinda high level. Let's see how much Scratch do. Compared to Nightshade, which... Okay, I think it's in catching position. I think I'll try and catch it with one Great Ball. If this fails, then I'll probably try the Premier Ball because I like Premier Balls. Now, let's just hope I got a good nature on this thing. Maki, the Guts Pokemon, loves to toughen up its body. Above all else, your quaking rumbles in a cave. It is the sound of Makuhita undertaking strenuous training. Now as to what I'm going to name Makuhita, even though I'm not the biggest fan of this series, the name I came up with is E Honda, who is a sumo from Street Fighter. It makes sense. Street Fighter is a fighting game. It ultimately ends up looking like a sumo wrestler. Let's see, what is E Honda? Guts! Okay, got the good ability. I wasn't really trying for an ability there. Hardy nature. So I'll be right back once I find out what that... Alright, so I found out that E Honda here has a neutral nature, which is better than a bad nature. So real quickly, let me spray a repel, as I've caught the Pokemon that I want. And my name is Steven. I'm interested in rare stems, so I travel here and there. I decided to do a voice of Jack Atlas for this guy. Oh, a letter for me. Yep, that's right. What's this, Paper Mario? Oh wait, I made that reference last time. God, I love Paper Mario. Paper Mario for Switch, please. And while you're at it, put him in Smash. Okay, thank you. Went through all this trouble to deliver that. I need to thank you. Let's see, I'll give you this TM. And if you're raising a flying type, like me, this is a very good TM. We're giving our buddy Nightwing so many buffs in the same episode that we caught our third Pokemon, so ultimately he's overshadowing E Honda. It contains my favorite move, Steel Wing. Pretty much every flying type can learn this, and it does counter one of its weaknesses. Actually, two, Steel and Ice types. So I highly recommend you give Steel Wing to a flying type if you're using one. Your Pokemon will get quite capable. Keep training, you could even become the champion of the Pokemon League one day. That's what I think. I know, since we've gotten to know each other, let's register one another in our Pokénavs. I'll register Jack Atlas in the Pokénav. Now I've got to hurry along. Alright, so now we can leave Granite Cave. And these two trainers here are optional. I'll probably fight them off screen. Anyway, here we are in Dewford Town, and now that we've got E Honda, I think I'll go ahead and teach Before we end off the episode, I think I'm gonna teach Nightwing Steel Wing. That way he can be a bit more viable. And I think we'll get rid of Growl. Focus Energy is kinda useful at times. Yeah, I never checked out E Honda's actual moves. Let's do that before we end off the episode. So he's got Tackle, Focus Energy, Sand Attack, and Arm Press. Let me... Yeah, that seems good. I'll move around Nightwing's moveset well, so... Steel Wing's in the... I keep pressing the wrong button. I'm so used to 3DS games. Alright, anyway, that's it for this episode. Let's play Pokemon Emerald. In the next episode, we'll be battling with Broly. I already spoiled the joke in next episode's title. And we'll be hopefully earning our second Hoenn Gym badge. See you guys then.